Sometimes you have to dig through darkness to find the truth. It can be found in a busy nightclub, or the bottom of a glass of Mad Ralph, or is it more elusive, darting between passing speeders, or evaporating like steam from a sewer grate? Welcome to Coruscant Nights. All right, so today we're joined by Nikki Smetters.
Hi.
Nikki, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am an illustrator living in Columbus, Ohio. I have a website, nikkismetters.com. It's full of weird stuff you might like.
And you're playing a character that is maybe just a slightly different version of yourself.
Pretty much, yeah. We have a lot in common.
Yeah, who are you playing?
I am playing Karp, who you may have already met in previous episodes. Karp is a very paranoid conspiracy theorist. I envision her like one of the lone gunmen from the X-Files. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Conspiracies everywhere.
Karp's been around for a while.
Yeah, I never really had the chance to play her. I made the character...
I'm
not an experienced player. I made the character, I played her once, and then went to New York for 2 years.
Yeah, that was the first game I ever GM'd, and I think we played 2 sessions.
Yes, yep. That is the majority of my experience.
Okay. All right, so you're kind of familiar with how to play. We've done this a couple of times. You've joined our main group, done 2 sessions with us there. Can you give us a description of Karp?
Karp is a Mon Calamari, one of the squid-like people. The Mon Calamari are some of my favorite Star Wars creatures because they are ride or die. They jump into battle. I like them. She herself is very paranoid, not trusting, kind of a cringing manner, I think. Suspicious of everybody.
All right, now roll a force die so that we can determine our destiny pool. We're starting with 1 light and 1 dark. Okay, so Karp is sitting at a bar after a long day of searching
for the truth.
Yes, the truth. Mm-hmm. Searching for a creature that had been spotted in the lower levels of Coruscant. Long day with no results. Karp is calling it a night. What's this place look like? Well,
it's a little divey. I am drinking a Mad Ralph straight up, which is highly alcoholic.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of people around. It's not one of the places where you would expect to find any Imperials. And yet...
There's no Imperials. It's not the kind of place you find any clones.
Clones.
Yeah.
But yet, anyone could be a clone.
It's true. Is this place near your apartment?
Yeah, I feel more comfortable in the areas and the levels that have more Mon Calamari and Gungans and people who eat the same things that I do. Mm-hmm. A lot of seafood.
Yeah, a lot of noodles.
Yeah. Somewhat cannibalistic, I guess.
Well, I guess. Maybe.
I guess. No squids.
No squids. So yeah, you are...
And I always sit facing the door. Never with my back to the door.
So you're at a little place off of Hikahi Way in the Dak Ave section of town. It's getting to evening, slowing down, and what's Karp got planned for the night?
Well, probably going to get on my message boards with all of my friends with whom I exchange my information, and that usually takes up most of my night. Mm-hmm. It's a long night ahead. Currently, I am investigating a suspicion that Glitterstim has been put in the water supply and has been poisoning the lower levels of Coruscant. Glitterstim is
That's a good theory.
Yeah. Glitterstim is a highly illegal substance, and I think they're going to use it to try and keep people complacent. Yes.
Yeah, so the Republic is putting stuff in the water to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the last few people leave this bar.
That's why I drink at bars. I don't drink the water at home. It's got Glitterstim.
Yeah, the last few people have left the bar, and
I always wait for everyone to leave first.
Well, there are a couple of people left in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sticking around then.
They don't look like they're leaving anytime soon.
Neither am I.
One of them gets up and walks to the door, and another one, well, give me a little perception check. Let's see how perceptive you are.
Not very. I have none.
And perception works with...
Cunning.
Yeah.
Of which I have 1.
Yes. Okay, you're you're not very perceptive.
No, because I only perceive the truth.
And the truth is hard to perceive.
Yes.
You're rolling 1 green.
Okay.
Against 2 purple dice.
Against 2 purple dice.
You can convince me that you get a blue.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Well,
you can try to convince me that you get a blue.
I do see the truth of all the conspiracies around.
That's not, no.
Okay, no.
A success and a threat. You notice, so this is a place that you go to often. Probably notice that the bartender wasn't the usual bartender.
Of course, I know it was the first thing that I noticed.
One of these people in the
That's
corner.
why I got a bottled drink. Nothing he could pour for me.
One of these people in the corner, you perceive a little nod, and that bartender goes into the back, and the second person walks up to the door and locks it.
Oh, that's not good.
He starts walking towards you.
Where's the exit?
The exit's behind you. It's where the bartender just went.
Okay, alright. I have a hand on my little gun, which is...
On your hand?
on my hand. Well, technically it's on my sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
It's spring-loaded for quick action because you never know who's going to approach you.
Yeah, this person is a Rhodian, and they're wearing sort of like a black cloak, and from the sleeve of the cloak...
I've never met anyone in a cloak who wasn't suspicious.
A little jagged knife drops
Okay.
as he's walking towards you.
Alright. I flip out my little gun, a little blaster pistol, which I do believe will take a knife in a fight, and I hold it out.
This Rhodian puts up his hand. He's got his knife in his hand.
Don't shoot. Just want to talk.
And about what? What do you want to talk to me for? How do you know who I am? Who are you?
He starts pointing the knife at you.
You leave the Dims alone. It's got nothing to do with you. Stay away from us.
Okay. Sounds great. I retract my pistol, acting very friendly, and say, I will leave it alone. Absolutely.
You lying?
Yeah. Oh. Dang it.
What's your deception?
It is a skill, and I have 1 rank.
Okay, so you got 1 rank and
1 cunning.
so it's 1 yellow, and it's going to be against them, which is 1 purple. However, they're not ready to believe you. They came here to get you. So you're going to roll black with that.
We've heard of you. You don't leave things alone that easy.
Who have you heard about me from? Who's been talking? I don't talk to anybody. Who's been talking about me?
Everybody talks about you.
Are you on the message boards?
So what if I am?
His eyes get big.
Well,
We've been watching.
you don't have to believe everything I've said on those message boards. My profile picture was taken when I was a little younger.
Well, we've had our eyes on you for a long time, and you better stop.
Okay. You'll never hear from me again.
You know?
And he looks back at the Deveronian in the corner, who's still sitting at the table.
I don't think she's gonna stop.
And the Deveronian gets up and starts walking towards you.
So what are we gonna do about it?
I'm probably going to have to use my gun at some point. I bring that back out. This doesn't look good. What do you guys? What's this? What's going on? Maybe I can help. What's the deal?
We want you to move off the planet.
You're gonna have to unlock the door first.
You know what? Let's head out the back.
The one guy sort of starts getting behind you, and the other guy's still walking towards you.
I start to panic a little bit. I'm used to the very safe kind of conspiracy theorist that doesn't involve a lot of street action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure what to do right now. I do know that I am not going anywhere with a couple of no good cloak wearing strangers outside a back door. So
Mhm.
I start moving toward the front door.
Okay, where do you think you're going?
Out the front door. And away.
Hey, Brash, I think she's trying to leave.
I know what you guys are up to. I know everything you've been doing. I know you've been hunting people for sport down in the lower levels of Coruscant. Who's paying you? Is the Republic paying you?
And this horned fellow, the Deveronian, he's got his orangish red skin. A little knife comes out of his sleeve as well.
None of these knives are guns.
None of these knives are guns.
I have a gun.
Probably the best statement so far in any of the episodes. And the Rhodian looks back. So the Deveronian looks determined. He wants to start something. The Rhodian looks back and like,
She doesn't know. She hunting people in the streets. Weird.
but the Deveronian's coming at you. And now you're gonna roll cool
I have none. Presents, I have 3.
Okay. So you are rolling 3 greens. They are rolling green.
Okay.
Okay. So that cool check was our initiative. So they're ready to fight. They're going to fight you, but you have the first turn. What are you going to do?
Can I blast them all in 3 successive shots?
You could try.
I'm gonna try. Let's do it.
Okay. So it's going to be ranged light.
Okay. I have 1 ring.
And you are definitely within short distance of them. So it's going to be an easy check.
Okay.
So that's your difficulty.
I have 2 agility. Is that?
What was it? 2 agility and 1 ranged light?
Mm-hmm.
So you're rolling that. Don't forget you have your light side point. You can do stuff with 2.
Okay.
Like make your roll better. That's a couple failures there. But that's still a success.
First
Those
shot misses, but I quickly get off a couple more,
Yes.
and then it hits them.
What's the damage on your weapon?
5.
Okay. Yeah, your first shot misses. You whip around and your little spring-loaded gun pops into your hand from your sleeve.
I've done a little work at the gun range, but I've never actually had to pull my gun on anybody.
Yeah.
So that's why my first shot misses.
Yeah. Your second shot hits, though, and it hits the Deveronian right in the arm. And it looks like his heavy robes have soaked up some of the shot, though, as they come towards you with their knives drawn.
I turn around and shoot the door lock. Is it sealed or is it just a regular lock?
It's just a regular lock, but you can't do that yet.
Okay.
You do have a maneuver, so you could move around or do
Okay.
a simple task that wouldn't require a roll.
I race around behind them to where I know there is an exit now in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They're injured, so I know that I can probably outmaneuver them since they haven't gotten to me at all yet. And I start looking for an exit in the back of the room.
Okay. The Deveronian turns as you run by him, holding his arm where you shot him. And
I shoot him in the other one.
not yet.
No.
Starts chasing after you. And he's going to try and hit you.
I duck. I barrel roll. I've been training for this.
We'll see. The Deveronian, brash, runs back after you, and he slashes at you with his knife. And what's your soak?
My soak is 3.
Okay, so he swings his knife at you, and it's a glancing cut on your forearm.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he got you.
Ink is getting everywhere.
You took 3 damage from
I
that.
took 3 damage.
So don't erase that, because that's your total. You want to keep that.
Oh, okay.
And you're up again.
That just pisses me off. I shoot him. I shoot him again.
You're going to shoot and run? Shoot and run?
Shoot and run.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could run further. You could run twice if you want.
I run all the way to the back of the room and back to where the I assume an exit is branching out from the hallway.
Yeah, so there's a little hallway that goes back with some bathrooms on the left side, and the far door is an exit. You can make it as far as the door. You've run to the door.
I run to the door, shooting all the while.
All right, you're going to turn around and blast this guy again.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm take off his knife arm.
So it's a
I
green,
hope he's not ambidextrous.
a green, a yellow, and a purple. That's pretty good. Okay. Again, your damage is 5. Is that right?
My gun damage is 5.
And what is the critical rating on your gun?
3.
3. Okay. So tell me how you took Brash down. So he's running after you.
I don't know his name is Brash, but I know he's very brash. I see that he's holding his knife with his right hand, and I shoot him in that arm, so he'll drop the knife.
And
Yes.
The knife clatters to the
yell
floor.
in victory.
Yeah.
Then I shoot him in the kneecap to stop his momentum.
He tumbles to the floor, clutching his knee as you run out the door.
Yes.
You have 2
Into the
advantages,
night.
or an advantage that you can use if you want to. Something to add to the scene.
There's a lot of heavy equipment and debris around because this place isn't really good about keeping with the trash pickup.
Yeah, there's some big kegs out back.
Yeah. I muscle one of them in front of the door so they can't immediately get out and come after me.
Okay. The alley is dark. There are a couple little critters roaming around in the trash and debris. And to one side, you can see Market Street. And to the other side, it goes back into some residential areas. Where are you headed?
Well, I don't want to lead them right home.
Yeah.
I don't know yet if they know where I live because that's information I always hit on the message board. So I start running in what seems like a random direction because all Coruscant has a lot of crisscrossing walkways,
Mm-hmm.
which were intentionally placed haphazardly to disorient any uprisings that would occur. So that, if people rise up against the
Republic.
authority,
Yeah.
the Republic, all these weird crisscrossing angles, you can't charge. Can't make a charge. It's all an impediment. But I can use that to my advantage this time, and so I start racing through this zigzag network of walkways that I know very well and have marked because I have prepared for this eventuality.
Yep. You end up finding yourself right off of Dak Avenue, where there's a large protest happening. People are holding signs, declaiming, is that the right word? Decrying the Clone Wars and the Republic's use of clones. And
it's very foolish. I do not protest because that way they can see your face.
yeah.
If you held a sign up, they're going to look at you. They're going to read it. They're going to know who you are.
And you look behind you, and the Rhodian is chasing after you down the alley.
He is evidently a lot stronger than I was anticipating.
The other person is not with him.
Uh-oh. They're going to try and cut me off. One's chasing me from behind. As much as I don't want to disappear into a protest crowd, it looks like it's what I'm going to have to do.
You push your way into the crowd. At the moment, it is a fairly peaceful protest.
Not for long.
And let's see. What's your stealth?
I have 2 agility and that's it.
Are you trying to disappear into this crowd?
Yeah, I'm thinking the fugitive. Harrison Ford, the fugitive.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just grabbing someone's coat and putting it on.
Hey, that's my coat.
I am discarding my own coat because I'm not a thief, but there's not really a whole lot of Mon Calamari in the crowd.
No, it's mostly Quarren.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I duck.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna roll that to see if you can hide. You get a boost because you're in a crowd. Do you have any other boosts?
Would I have any boosts?
Yeah, there's an easy one you can come up with. I'm not gonna give it to you unless you say it though.
My coat.
Yeah, you just swap coats. You're
Yeah.
wearing the same
Oh,
clothes.
so that gets me an advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Karp just melts into the crowd.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I've been training for.
Yeah. You are effectively you've ghosted these people.
Yeah.
You walk with the crowd for a couple miles, and it doesn't seem like anyone is coming after you by the time you get back to Hikahi Way.
And I double back because it's a classic move to throw them off
Mm-hmm.
the trail.
That's what they say on the message boards, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Although I don't trust those message boards now.
What are the message boards you're on? I assume there's probably like a survival one,
There's a survival one.
like how to like doomsday prepper.
Oh yeah, for sure. Doomsday is always tomorrow, in my opinion. So I have a stash and a go bag because I prepared for this eventuality.
Mm-hmm.
I also am on boards that are pointing out who is a clone around here. Which it's most people. And one's just a lifestyle one, because sometimes we just like to talk about our lives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's a general board.
Yeah. You make your way back to the southeast area where you live, above Fozzie's Antiques. Probably looking over your shoulder the whole time.
Yeah.
Taking back alleys and zigzagging around so nobody follows you. And you make your way back to your apartment.
Yeah. At this point, I'm, discarding unnecessary items of apparel and hoping that they are speciesist enough to not be able to tell us apart.
Mm-hmm. So you get to your Fozzie's, you head up the stairs to your apartment. The little hair that you left on the...
To know whether I've had an intruder.
That's still there.
Okay, great. I don't have any here. I've just been collecting. I've just been collecting them for this purpose. Whenever I just see one laying around, I take it.
Yeah, you've been finding some clumps lately.
Well, we all know that the mutated Vrelts are sometimes brought up from the lower levels to pick out the poor. That's their cleansing method. And sometimes I find what I assume are Vrelt hairs.
You're gonna run out of conspiracies soon.
Yeah, we'll never run out of conspiracies. I have so many.
Alright, so we've described your apartment before. There's a small bed in the corner, one single large chair, in addition to your computer chair. You've got a pair of computers.
And a map. With
The
all
map
the pins.
with push pins in it.
That's the first thing I take an image of that every single day so that I can now tear down that map and not have lost my place, because I don't want them to know all of the different places that I have been tracking their movements, all of the different people they have hunted for sport.
What's your plan? What's next?
I race to my bed and grab my go bag from underneath it. And my level, I don't want to exit the same way that I came in, so I run out my window. There, I specifically chose an apartment with a fire escape, and I get down that. The fire escape goes down 2 levels of Coruscant, and I hop off there.
Sure. You end up in the upper levels of Gunga Town.
It's where the richer Gungans live.
Yeah, there are very fancy orbs all over the place here.
Yeah, everyone's floating around.
Big shiny blue orbs with golden filigree. You are here now. What are you going to do? Are you going to try and find these people? Are you going to follow a lead on them? Are you going to try and expose them?
Well, I want to expose them. I don't really want to do it myself. So I think I need to go and get some help. I think I need to contact one of the only people I know in real life from the message boards.
Okay.
And hope that I can trust them and that they're not wearing cloaks.
Okay. You're going in a completely different direction than I anticipated, so I need a second.
Do you want me to read it?
Nope. This person, they don't live up in these upper levels of Gunga Town. They live a little further down. You climb down the fire escape and take back alleys again, zigzagging your way through Gunga Town to one of the main streets, which is very busy at this time of night. There are lots of Gungans all over the place, some food stands, lots of steam coming off of hot fried food.
Well, we're all fish people, so our internal clocks are moderated by the tides, of which there are none on Coruscant, but it's
or are
old
there?
Instinct. Well, I mean, there might be some in the sewers, tide coming in, but I don't go down there, because that's where all the knowledge tree frogs that get flushed on the toilets grow up. like the Ninja Turtles in Pack Crocodiles. Those are what huts eat. Knowledge tree frogs are what huts eat. But sometimes they get a bad one, and they just throw it away, and they grow up in the sewers.
Yeah, you see a stand selling dried knowledge tree frogs and also gorgs. There are some fruit stands. You see some pretty tasty looking Japor snips.
But I'm not here to eat.
Yeah. You make your way through the crowds and down one last alley to Afka Ronkel's house.
Afka Ronkel.
Afka?
My good old friend Afka Ronkel.
Yeah.
We've only met in person once, and he told me never to meet him again.
Yeah.
In person, unless
I
absolutely have to.
He didn't want to meet.
Well, it was. We just bumped into each other in the street fair.
You know him better as Boss Darth 44.
Wasn't my favorite handle.
No, it's not great.
On the message board, but it is what it is. It was one that he picked as a teenager and just stuck with.
Yeah.
We all have usernames we regret.
Yeah. Some unfortunate names out there.
Boss Darth 44.
Boss Darth. Most people just say Boss Darth, but it's Boss Darth.
Yeah, but as a Mon Calamari, I kind of slur things. So it usually comes out Boss Arth.
All right, so you make your way to Afka's apartment. Afka lives above a noodle house called Aang's Noodle House, the original noodle place in Gunga Town.
Oh yeah, no, they turned into a chain and just got terrible.
Yeah.
The original's still okay.
Yeah, he lived right upstairs.
Well, he does not like people coming up to his door unannounced. So I need to contact him and let him know that I need to meet him. We have a secret code on our comm links that I then put in. It's a distress signal, and I know that once he'll receive it, I can contact him.
Okay, what's the distress signal? So it's an audio clip? Okay. So you're standing on the corner across from the noodle place looking up at the windows above, and you see, as you send your message, a little blue light come on in one of the windows above. And
what's his name again?
Afka Ronkles. You just call him Ronkles. They'll hate it.
No, as a professional courtesy, I never use his real name.
She's gonna call him Boss Darth.
Boss Darth.
You get a message back on your comlink. Who is this?
You know who it is.
What's wrong?
There are people after me. I think they're Dims. They chased me down in the bar, and now I don't know where to go because I can't lead them back home. I need some help.
You typed all that out.
Oh. No, I sent one note that means the code is the Nala tree frog soup is very good tonight.
You get one back that says, meet me at Joe Forth's midnight.
Alright. It's I've got a little time, which I'm not happy about because
Yeah, you got
I
about
want to
2
get a
hours.
move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to hide out for a little while.
Okay.
Me and my go bag.
We can describe what happens in those 2 hours. You could do stuff, or we could just jump 2 hours. I've
Okay.
got it if you don't.
Okay. Go ahead.
You head back to the main street of Gunga Town, where the big market was, and just set up in a cafe for 2 hours. Lots of people here. Gungans, humans, pretty much everybody comes here.
I'm not the only Mon Calamari in the
Not
place.
the only Mon Calamari, and you are not the strangest face in the crowd.
Yeah. It's very comforting.
Yeah, no attention comes your way, and the 2 hours pass uneventfully.
At least something's uneventful tonight, am I right?
So after that time, you head south towards Joe Forth's, which is a local music venue owned by a Doug named Joe Forth.
Okay.
And they bring in a lot of, it's mostly local acts, never really anything very good, but it's always very loud and very busy. And
Local acts are the only ones that I trust because I know all the mainstream artists have hidden codes in their songs. If you play them backwards, they will brainwash you.
Great. I was going to suggest that, actually. So yeah, obviously Afka trusts Joe Forth's taste in music as well, because when you get there, he's already there.
It's so bad and so disorganized, there's no possibility of hiding a code in there.
Yeah.
There's no rhythm, there's no tune.
Yeah.
It's just noise.
It just sounds like people banging things together.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's music that adults would hate.
Someplace where I can really think.
So you get there, and there are a lot of young punks dancing around. The music is very loud. There are a lot of bright lights flashing, but it's mostly dark in here. And you are able to spot Afka sitting with his back to the bar, facing the door.
It's a little odd for him to be sitting with his back to any entrance.
No, he's facing the door.
He's facing the door.
Yeah.
Okay. I raise my hand to let him know that I'm coming because it is a bad idea to surprise him.
It is.
Yes.
He's jumpy.
He's very jumpy, and he's a lot quicker to use his blaster than I am. And he's used it before. Not someone you want to scare.
Afka is a young Gungan. He's probably 18. He's got some of those like little Gungan whiskers growing from the bottom of his chin.
Little Gungan acne.
Yeah. He's got long, thin things coming out of the back of his head, eye stalks, all that. He is sort of a medium maroonish color with some markings on the top of his head and on his neck area. He shouts at you when you get close because the music's just so loud. What's going on?
Afka, I'm sorry, Boss Darth 44.
Yeah, don't call me by name.
Yeah. I'm in real trouble. These guys came after me in a bar. I don't know how they got
Wait. I'm gonna open up your jacket. I need to. You're not wearing a wire or anything.
Come on off, Boss Darth.
Don't call me by my name.
Alright, I opened my jacket to show I'm not wearing a wire and not wearing anything. He already knows about my little blaster pistol.
Hold on. And he pulls out a little like data pad and pushes some buttons on it and like scans you from head to toe.
I mean,
All
it's
right.
a little invasive, but okay.
You're you. All right. What?
I need some help, Boss Darth.
With what?
I can't go home anymore. These guys cornered me in a bar. They know that I've been tracking them. They know I know.
Wait, who?
The Dims, man. The Dims. The Dims.
The Dims got you?
Yeah. Well, almost.
You gotta leave town.
I must be the first prey that's escaped from them in a while. I gotta leave town.
Pray? What do you mean pray?
You know they hunt people for sport, man.
Who told you that?
All the disappearances and all those levels, that's them. They set, because the lowest levels of Coruscant are not really inhabited. It's just all the Relts running around, and they take people down there. They let them loose, and then they hunt them. They hunt them down.
I think you're confused. That's not them.
Okay, this guy is not allowed to be the rational one. Boss Darth is not allowed to be saner than I am.
Boss Darth has an expertise, and he knows a thing or two about the Dims.
Okay. Well, then what are they really doing? What are they really up to?
This isn't a good place. We should go outside.
What? I thought this is why we're meeting here, because this is a good place.
It's too loud. This is not stuff I can yell.
Okay. All right. Well, can you text it to me on the comm link?
No, that's even worse. Everyone's listening.
Oh my god, I thought it was safe.
Do you not have an encrypted comm link?
Of course I do, man. Of course I do.
Let me see that thing, and he grabs it from you. All right, this is fine. No, let's go out. Let's go outside.
All right.
It's not a far walk to Famba Avenue, which is the big street that connects Gunga Town to Little Onderon and some of the other places around here. There's a lot of traffic, and there are still a decent number of people walking around. And he leads you to the middle of a bridge over the avenue.
I don't love being on an area of suspension above an abyss, but I tolerate it because Boss Darth is spooky and he will run at the slightest
Yes, he will.
argument.
Yeah, and looking down, it does drop off into nothingness
Right.
below. There is traffic below you and above you and all around.
I have a fear of heights. I don't like this.
There's a decent wind going too,
Great.
so your words are probably not going to be picked up by anybody. You got a
But
fear?
I might get picked up by the wind.
You have a fear of heights, you say?
Slightly.
All right, let's
Take
see.
the backsies.
Let's see how rational you're gonna stay while Boss Darth has a conversation with you. Roll a discipline check.
I have 3 willpower and that's it.
Okay, so it's 3 greens, and then those 2. Okay, you're very nervous.
Yeah.
But you're not
I'm
gonna
on
go
a
anywhere.
Giant bridge.
Yeah, and everybody that walks by you, they could be Dims. Everybody.
I don't like being out here in the open. Why'd you bring me to such an open place?
We won't be overheard here.
We wouldn't be overheard in your mom's basement either.
Don't talk about it.
We all know.
The Dims are a cult. You know that, right?
Yeah, they're a cult of people hunters.
They worship. No.
Yeah.
Who says that?
Everyone, man. What message boards you been on?
They're wrong.
What's the truth?
You know about the Force.
Oh, yeah, I know all about the Force. I know all about the Force. I know the Jedi have made it up as a means of controlling the populace.
No, it's the Force is real.
We never seen the Force.
The Force is real. Come on.
Come on, dude. The Force is a hoax. It's perpetuated by the Jedi, who are in the pocket of the Hutts. I mean, I know Hutts don't have pockets, but the Jedi are in them.
All right, you don't have to believe anything I'm gonna say, but everything that I'm saying is true.
Okay.
The Force, whether you believe it in it or not,
the quote-unquote Force.
the Force. There's a light side. That's the Jedi. Then there's the dark.
So you say.
Come on. I've done my research.
So have I. But continue. I'll hear you out, man.
The light side, that's the Jedi. Then there's a dark side, and
It gets darker.
They say that they've been gone for like thousands of years, but the dark side, those people used to be called Sith. The Dims want to bring them back.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yes, they kind of worship the evil Force.
Well, what do they want with me? All I've been doing is tracking their people hunting.
Apparently, you didn't cover your tracks well enough.
Man, I was just thinking they were killing people and making beef jerky out of them.
You should probably throw your phone out and get a new one.
Oh, I paid so much for this.
What is that? Is that a Maluron 5? Nah.
Yeah, I stood in line for like 5 hours to get it.
No, you need a cheap one. You just need to be able to throw it out every once in a while.
Burner com,
Dude.
I guess.
How long have you been doing this? You don't have a burner comm?
Listen, man, I've mostly been doing this from my apartment.
Well, now you're really in it.
I don't like this. I'd like to be back out of it. How do I get out of it?
I think the only way out of it's to get out of here. Change your name, change your face.
Do you know anyone who can help me?
No.
What?
That's
Come
not...
on. What are you been doing? You don't got no contacts?
I don't do that.
You're the one going on about burner phones and covering tracks, and you don't know who I can go to change my name and get some passage out of here. Fine. I guess I'll take leave of you. Thanks for nothing.
Wait, where are you going? What are you gonna do?
I need to get off planet, man. I need to maybe I'll go back to my world. I want to go back to Dak.
Okay.
Back to Dak.
Yeah. You could probably go to the lower processing stations pretty close to here. You might find a ship.
All right. Well, I've got no choice. I can't go back. I mean, I can go back to Dak, but not to my apartment. To Dak it is. I wish you well in your mother's basement.
I live upstairs, the noodle place.
Your mother's attic?
I moved out of my mom's house like 6 months ago.
Oh man, I didn't know that. Congrats. That's great. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, I guess.
Work at the Comlink store go well then?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go this way. I suggest you go that way. Probably don't want to get caught together.
No, on this bridge you led us to.
So he heads
high bridge.
back towards Gunga Town, leaving you on the bridge.
Well, I don't want to be on the bridge, so I start walking off the bridge.
You're walking like right in the middle of the bridge so that you're as far from the edges as possible.
Yeah, with my hands outstretched so that I can make sure I'm not getting too close to the edge.
Yeah, and people are just walking on either side of you giving you looks because you're just being weird. And this is everyday life on Coruscant.
Yes.
So you end up on the other side of the bridge, heading towards Little Onderon.
Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye out for any shadows lurking in the corners. I don't go anywhere where there are not other people around because I don't want to get surprised in some back alley. Sometimes I double my tracks. Yeah. Keep going around same corners, buildings.
Well, I'm gonna flip
off the scent.
my dark side point over to light.
Okay.
You have 2 light side points now.
All right, cool. I'll need them.
Because you get the feeling that you're being watched.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Coruscant Nights.
Thanks to Nikki for playing on this episode. You can find Nikki's illustrations at nikkismetters.com.
Thanks to Nick for the music. You can find Nick's music at pro-am.bandcamp.com.
You can find us on social media at Coruscant Night on Twitter, Coruscant Nights on Instagram, and you can email us at coruscantnightspod@gmail.com. Love the show and want to show your support? Leave us a 5-star review like GM Dwayne from Flight Risk Podcast. Dwayne writes, "It's hard to stand out in the actual play community, and this show has found a perfect niche. With a rotating cast and easily bingeable story arcs, this show is perfect for your commute. It just started, and I can't wait to see where it goes." Thanks, Dwayne.
Thanks to our new Patreon backers, Ben and Doug.
Be sure to stop by our Patreon for bonus episodes and a whole lot more. Find us at patreon.com/Coruscant Nights. Now stay tuned for a word from one of our very favorite podcasts, Force Majeure.
Force Majeure is an actual play Star Wars podcast, following groups of emergent Force sensitives trying to survive on the Outer Rim against everything the galaxy can throw at them. So if you're after action, adventure, and a good old sense of humour, come and give us a try. You can find us wherever you find the rest of your podcasts, and that's Force Majeure, MAJEURE. We're also online at www.forcemajeurepod.com, and you can find us generally on Twitter at Force Majeure Pod. May the Force be with you.